You know that you're creative, and perhaps you have dreams of writing a book, maybe even running a service-based business offering editing or consulting. But you're feeling really overwhelmed and you're not really sure where to focus. Here's what you can do. Being creative is such a gorgeous gift to have. What it also means is that we have a lot of ideas. And here's what can happen. We get ideas about this, we get ideas about this, we get ideas about this. And we end up with a lovely project, a lovely range of ideas and things that we want to do. And we're holding them all in our mind. And what then happens is, because we're holding them all in our mind at once, our mind has this major overwhelm because it's being given the indication that it all has to happen at once. And when it all has to happen at once, simultaneously, how can it decide where to put its focus? Because it's trying to focus on everything at once. Hence we get the feeling of overwhelm, and hence we get that I really don't know where to focus because I'm trying to focus on everything. So the first thing to do in this situation is to get it down on a page. It's so simple, and sometimes it can be so simple that we think that's just too simple. It's too simple to even work and make a difference. Here's why: because we imagine writing it, and we're imagining writing it thinking this isn't feeling any better, but we're doing exactly the same thing that we've been doing in the first place, which is just imagining another thing. And so we're giving ourselves another thing to imagine, and actually what we're doing is we're feeling even more overwhelmed. It's so funny. I'm offering this tip often with my clients on the group program that I run, and people are like, no, don't give me one more thing to do, because they're just holding it in their minds. But as soon as we start to work together and we start to brainstorm and we think, okay, that needs to happen, and that needs to happen, and that needs to happen, and we get it all written down, suddenly it's like, that feels better even before we've then taken the next step. So you're going to get it all written down on the page. And what happens here is, because of the very nature of language, i.e. one word has to come after another, we start seeing it in a different way. Rather than everything being simultaneous and all at once, which is how it is in our mind, we see it in a linear format. We see one word after another. We've chosen one thing beyond another. We've already created an order. Whether it's the right order or not, it doesn't matter. But suddenly the mind starts to get a sense of like, oh, one thing happens and then another thing happens and then this comes after the other. So yeah, there has to be a decision about what happens next. But generally, once you've started to get it down on the page, you've started to feel differently, i.e. more focused, you started to feel more relaxed, you started to make space in your mind, then you've got room to make a decision. When it's so crowded up here and you think that you have to do everything at once, it's impossible to make a decision, because how can you decide what to do if everything needs to happen at once? When it's on the page and you've created space up here, you suddenly start to think, oh, do you know what? I'm kind of feeling more drawn to do that first. I'm feeling more drawn to start working on the ebook first, because once I've got the ebook done, that's going to really help me sell my consulting skills. Or once I've got my book finished, then I'm going to be able to focus more on offering editing services, because people are going to be able to see that I've written a book and they're going to have more faith in what I can do. So you start to get a sense of what needs to come first and then what can come afterwards. So there we go, my friends. It's so simple, and it's so simple that the action actually has to be taken. It isn't enough to just imagine making that list, because as I say, it's just going to be another thing to think about. This is what I love about the work that I do with creators. This is what I'm always trying to offer on this channel. Really simple things that make a really big difference. So if you're new here, if this is the first time that you've joined me on the sofa, think about subscribing if you want to find a channel that's going to help you stay committed to your creative dreams, but make that journey easier, more manageable, and fun along the way. And also, if you haven't found the community on Facebook and you like the idea of additional accountability, more tips, more motivation, find the link below and come and join us on Facebook. We would love to have you there. I do lives on Facebook as well, which is so fun. It's always nice to engage with people live. Wishing you all the best, whatever creative dream you have, whatever creative project you are working on. I want to let you know that it is totally possible. It's just a case of sticking at it and finding ways to ease those ideas onto the page and work through them systematically. So I really hope that this video helped. It was really nice to share this information with you. I'll see you on the sofa next Monday. Take care till then.